तो आज हम अपना 19th क्वेश्चन करेंगे प्रीलिम्स वो मेंस का ज्योग्राफी का। अकाउंट फॉर ह्यूज फ्लडिंग ऑफ मिलियन सिटीज इन इंडिया including the smart ones like Hyderabad and Pune suggest lasting remedial measures. Flood can be defined as the submergence of usually dry area by amount of water that come from sudden excessive rainfall. तो फ्लड का मतलब क्या हुआ कि submergence of usually dry area by the amount of water that come from sudden excessive rainfall, an overflowing river or lake, melting snow, or an exceptionally high tide. There has been an increased trend of urban flood disaster in India over the past several years, whereby major cities in India have been severely affected. The most notable amongst they are Mumbai in 2005, Surat in 2006, Kolkata in 7, Jamshedpur in 8, Delhi in 9, and Guwahati and Delhi in 10. The most devastating ones were Srinagar in 2014, Chennai in 2015, Patna and Hyderabad in 19. तो अब इसके causes क्या क्या है? सबसे पहले वो देखेंगे हम। What are the causes of urban flooding? तो ये सबसे पहले lack of drainage. Urban flooding occurs due to lack of drainage or choked drainage in a urban area, as there is little open soil that can be used for water retention. Little open soil that can be used for water retention and sleeping of water underground. As a little open soil मतलब कम ओपन सॉइल है जहाँ पे यूज ऑफ वाटर रिटेंशन। ठीक है, मतलब वो कितने टाइम तक पानी को होल्ड रखता है। एंड सीपिंग ऑफ वाटर अंडरग्राउंड। ठीक है, वो मतलब वो पानी को उसका अपने अंदर जाने देता है या नहीं जाने देता। Then nearly all the precipitation is transported through the surface or sewage system. ज्यादातर जो precipitation है वो ट्रांसपोर्ट करी जाती है थ्रू द सरफेस ऑफ सीवेज सिस्टम। हाई इंटेंस दूसरा रीजन है हाई इंटेंसिटी रेनफॉल। Sudden and high intensity rainfall can cause flash floods in urban areas. Flooding occurs when the city sewage system and drainage canals do not have the necessary capacity to drain away the volume of water in rainfall. फ्लडिंग कब होती है? जब सिटी का सीवेज सिस्टम और ड्रेनिंग कैनाल्स जो होते हैं उनके पास नेसेसरी कैपेसिटी नहीं होती टू ड्रेन अवे द वॉल्यूम ऑफ वाटर इन रेनफॉल। मतलब जो भी रेनफॉल में जितना ही पानी आया उसको ड्रेन करने के लिए मतलब बह जाने की उसमें कैपेसिटी नहीं होती। वाटर में even enter the sewage system in one place and then accumulated somewhere else in the city on the streets. तीसरा है unplanned urbanization. The problem of flooding in urban area is not only due to overflowing rivers but the unplanned way in which cities are uh, coping with urbanization also plays a larger role. Unplanned way in which the cities are coping with urbanization. All cities have been constructed in an unplanned manner on the natural terrains. Unplanned urbanization को क्या बोलते हैं? Haphazard urbanization. तीसरा encroachment of basins. The encroachment of unregulated construction, building construction without paying any heed to natural topography. To natural topography and hydrogeomorphology adds the damage. ठीक है. Construction often take place in urban areas over natural water bodies or floodplains. This make urban flood more of a man-made disaster. ये क्या कर देता है? Make urban flood. There is encroachment of drains में क्या आता है? Unregulated construction होती है, building construct करी जाती है without paying any heed. मतलब बिना किसी attention दिया है कि इसकी natural topography को, मतलब आखिर natural कैसी जमीन है. Hydrogeomorphol hydrogeomorphology. तो ये मतलब कि how the river shapes landform. Here this make urban flood more of a man-made disaster. पांचवा है destruction of water bodies. Lake can store the excess water and regulate the flood of water. Regulate the flow of water. Can store the excess water and regulate the flow of water. However, pollution of natural urban water bodies and their conservation for development purpose has increased in risk of floods. और उनका जो conversion for development purpose had increased risk of floods. These water bodies usually act as buffer against flood and other natural disaster. मतलब ये जो वाटर बॉडीज होती है ये एक्ट एज अ बफर एरिया अगेंस्ट फ्लड एंड अदर नेचुरल डिजास्टर्स. ठीक है. ये तो हो गया भाई कॉजेज. कॉजेज कौन कौन सा? एक तो लैक ऑफ ड्रेनेज, हाई इंटेंसिटी रेनफॉल, अनप्लैन्ड अर्बनाइजेशन, एनक्रोचमेंट ऑफ बेसिन्स, डिस्ट्रक्शन ऑफ वाटर बॉडीज. ये तो ये हो गया. ठीक है. अब आते हैं इसके रेमेडियल मेजर्स. हम मतलब क्या क्या मेजर्स ले सकते हैं इसको रोकने के लिए. क्रिएशन ऑफ स्पॉन्ज सिटी. स्पॉन्ज सिटी कैन बी constructed that can hold clean and drain water in a natural way by using ecological approach. ठीक है मतलब rather than funneling rainwater away, a small city retains it for its own use within its own boundary. Yeah, what is the concept of small cities? तो इसमें क्या स्पोन सिटी कैन बी कंस्ट्रक्टेड, स्पोन सिटीज बना सकते हैं जो कि होल्ड क्लीन और ड्रेन वाटर इन अ नेचुरल वे बाय यूजिंग अ इकोलॉजिकल अप्रोच, ठीक है। Rather than funneling rainwater away, a sponge city retain its for own use within its own boundaries. ठीक है। Rooftop vegetation can be planted for storm water management. It reduces storm water runoff and prevent flooding. Restoration of floodplains. Natural floodplains play a significant role in flood protection, water management, and nature conservation. Floodplains retains and absorb water, thereby shielding nearby towns from the effects of heavy rainfall and flooding. सबसे पहले नेचुरल फ्लड प्लेन्स क्या करते हैं, इंपॉर्टेंट रोल प्ले करते हैं किसमें, फ्लड प्रोटेक्शन में, वाटर मैनेजमेंट में, और नेचर कंजर्वेशन में, ठीक है। फ्लड प्लेन्स क्या कर सकता है, रिटेन कर सकता है, एब्जॉर्ब कर सकता है वाटर को, देयर बाय शील्डिंग नियर बाय टाइम, मतलब आसपास के टाउन को फिर उससे बचा सकता है फ्रॉम द इफेक्ट ऑफ हैवी रेनफॉल एंड फ्लडिंग। वेटलैंड प्रोटेक्शन एंड रिजुवेनेशन। Urban flooding may increase if wetlands are not protected. Wetlands are swampy areas that can protect urban regions from flooding by absorbing excess rainwater and seeping excess water into the ground. Proper urban planning. Low-lying areas that are prone to flooding in cities have to be reserved for parks and other low-impact human activities. Yeah, there should be restriction on encroachment in natural drainage area, planting drought restraint and flood resistance sturdy tree in vulnerable areas can also help. Encroachment of natural drainage area. ठीक है, मतलब क्या करना चाहिए यहाँ पे, ड्रोट रेसिस्टेंट और फ्लड रेसिस्टेंट ट्रीज बनाने चाहिए जो कि इन वनरेबल एरिया कैन आल्सो हेल्प. Urban flood is going to be a more common phenomenon in wake of climate change. The Natural Disaster Management has issued guidelines in 2010 on urban flooding management. Effective corrective measures are needed to tackle and overcome the flood and subsequent devastation. Urban flood management will not just help uh, urban flood management will not just help controlling recurring floods but also respond to their fault lines to other fault lines. They provide for water security, more green spaces, and will make the cities resilient and sustainable. ठीक है, तो ये हो गया हमारा 19th क्वेश्चन. अब आता है हमारा 20th क्वेश्चन. India's immense potential of solar energy, though there are regional variation in its development. Elaborate. भाई मतलब कि इंडिया के पास में जो है ना सोलर एनर्जी का बहुत ज़्यादा पोटेंशियल है, लेकिन रीजनल वेरिएशंस है इसकी डेवलपमेंट में, हम इसको एलेबोरेट करना है. ठीक है, इंडिया इज एट द अपेक्स ऑफ सोलर रेवोल्यूशन. इसे मतलब टॉप पे एट दिस सोलर रेवोल्यूशन एज द गवर्नमेंट हैज ऑलरेडी टेकन एन ambitious target ambitious target to achieve 100 gigawatt of solar energy production by 2020. The solar energy generation potential in a specific area can be addressed on the basis of factor like availability of land, availability of feasible technology, time period, sunshine, etc. ठीक है, तो क्या होगा इसमें, सोलर एनर्जी जनरेशन जो है, सोलर एनर्जी की जनरेशन जो है, जनरेशन पोटेंशियल इन स्पेसिफिक एरिया कैन बी एड्रेस्ड असेस्ड ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ, मतलब जो भी कोई भी स्पेसिफिक एरिया की अगर पोटेंशियल है किसी में सोलर एनर्जी का, तो वो कैसे यूज हो सकते हैं, किन किन फैक्टर से यूज हो सकते हैं वो, जैसे अवेलेबिलिटी ऑफ लैंड, अवेलेबिलिटी ऑफ लैंड, अवेलेबिलिटी ऑफ फीजिबल टेक्नोलॉजी. फीजिबल टेक्नोलॉजी मतलब जो कि प्रैक्टिकल हो, ठीक है, इजी हो. ठीक है, इंडिया का सोलर पोटेंशियल देखेंगे वो क्या है, इंडिया का India Solar Density, the National Institute of Solar Energy, the Apex Institute of the Ministry of New uh, and Renewable Energy has estimated the potential of solar power in the country to around 750 gigawatt GWP full form. According to the remote sensing observation from the geostationary meteorological satellite, the high density solar energy pockets have been detected in western, central, southern India, including states like Gujarat, Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, and Chhattisgarh. By remote sensing observations की मदद से from the geostationary meteorological satellite, भाई तो हमें पॉकेट्स कहाँ क्या मिली है वेस्टर्न सेंट्रल साउदर्न इंडिया में ठीक है मैपिंग ऑफ सोलर एनर्जी हॉटस्पॉट्स बाय Indian Space Research Organization has found that Gujarat received the highest level of solar radiation, making it the best place in the country to set up solar power plants. After Kutch in Gujarat, Hayatnagar, Telangana received the second highest amount of solar energy, followed by Sri Harikota, Andhra Pradesh, Jaisalmer, Rajasthan, Mahendragiri, Odisha. अब geographical location India's location between equator and the Tropic of Cancer ensure that clear sky days, which are free from clouds and fog, range between 20 to 200 to 300 everywhere. A few pockets in Gujarat, Rajasthan, Maharashtra, Madhya Pradesh, and Tripura witness more than 300 clear skies day. मंथली वेरिएशन द अमाउंट जो भी है सोलर एनर्जी का रीचिंग द इंडियन लैंड मास इंक्रीजेस बिटवीन मार्च एंड मे with the peak recording in western dry and central India plains. But it reduces with the onset of southwest monsoon till August due to cloud cover, a spike. Sudden sharp increase जो है solar energy में is recorded in October across India, but this phase does not last long with foggy and cloud condition in northern India. Though southern India receives more solar energy. Regional variations कैसे कैसे है अब इसमें? High to very high solar energy. Parts of western and central India, including Chhattisgarh, and promising pockets in Gujarat. Pockets in Gujarat, Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu. Karnataka tops the list of states with the highest installed solar power generation capacity in the country. Highest solar energy, northeastern hill region, Mizoram, and parts of Tripura. Less solar energy over Indo-Gangetic Plain due to persistent cloud cover, fog, and hazy during January, February, July, November, and December. Low solar energy Western Himalaya range with relatively larger solar energy in the valley. जो per capita electricity consumption है highest है western India में followed by southern and northern region. Most of the identified solar hotspots are also in these regions. Hence, solar power generation could reduce transmission losses due to a decentralized and distributed nature. Solar power can be generated close to where it is used, so electricity does not have to travel long distances and less energy is lost. प्रोड्यूस इलेक्ट्रिसिटी नियर बाय। तो इसमें क्या क्या रखा है कि भाई इसलिए जो है सोलर पावर जनरेशन could reduce transmission losses due to its decentralized and distributed nature. To realize the potential of solar energy in India, took the initiative to establish the International Solar Alliance at the Paris Climate Convention along with France. मतलब क्या था इसमें? To realize the potential of solar energy in India, मतलब हमें realize करने के लिए potential energy solar energy of India को took the initiative to establish International Solar Alliance at Paris Climate Convention along with France. The alliance will endorse support India in achieving its goal of generating 100 gigawatt of solar energy and 175 gigawatt of renewable energy by 2020. फिर अब हम थोड़ा ज्योग्राफी का करेंगे। ज्योग्राफी की बुक निकालते हैं अब। फिर तो अब देखेंगे, सबसे पहले लैटिट्यूड्स एंड लॉन्गिट्यूड्स पढ़ेंगे, और फिर पहले लैटिट्यूड्स एंड लॉन्गिट्यूड्स का पढ़ते हैं। लैटिट्यूड्स और पैरेलल। जब उसको देखते हैं इसको। सबसे पहले latitudes and longitudes. The Earth's surface is vast and diverse, and to understand its feature and navigate it effectively, a system of imaginary lines called latitudes and longitudes is used. These lines form a global grid, enabling precise location determination anywhere on the planet. Latitude run horizontally, measuring distance north or south of the equator, while the longitudes run vertically, indicating the distance east or west of the prime meridian. Together, they play a crucial role in geography, navigating, timekeeping, mapping, formation of foundation for understanding Earth's spatial relationship. ठीक है, सबसे पहला आता है लैटिट्यूड्स और पैरेलल्स। अब ये क्या होते हैं? लैटिट्यूड्स होते हैं इमेजिनरी हॉरिजॉन्टल लाइंस होती है ऑन दी अर्थ सरफेस, रनिंग पैरेलल टू इक्वेटर, इक्वेटर के पैरेलल चलती रहेंगी। दे मेजर द एंगुलर डिस्टेंस नॉर्थ एंड साउथ ऑफ इक्वेटर। The angular distance, they measure the angular distance north or south of equator, dividing the earth into northern hemisphere and southern hemisphere. They are called parallels. Equator is the most well-known parallel. At 0 degree latitude, the earth they it equally divide the earth into northern and southern hemisphere. From the equator, latitude increases as you travel north, reaching 90 degree at each pole. The utility of latitude lies in the ability to organize and understand the Earth's surface, particularly in relation to climate, geography, and navigation. Linear distance of latitude. The linear distance was actual physical distance जो है between each degree of latitude is approximately 111 kilometer, that is 69 miles. This distance slightly increases at poles and decreases at equator due to अर्थ शेप। जो लीनियर डिस्टेंस जो है वो जो होता है वो स्लाइटली इंक्रीज हो जाता है पोल्स पे और डिक्रीज हो जाता है इक्वेटर पे ड्यू टू अर्थ शेप की वजह से। एज द अर्थ इज स्लाइटली फ्लैटेंड एट पोल्स, जैसे कि जो अर्थ है ये स्लाइटली फ्लैटेंड है पोल से, the linear distance of a degree of latitude at pole is slightly longer than at the equator. The linear distance of a degree of latitude at poles is slightly longer than that at the equator. Meaning, मतलब जो लीनियर एक्चुअल जो ग्राउंड डिस्टेंस है of 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 a degree of latitude, मतलब one difference in latitude, मतलब एक latitude में at the poles is slightly longer than the equator, वो हल्का सा बड़ा है equator. So each degree of latitudes cover 111 kilometer on the Earth's surface, 1 degree of latitude can be further divided into 60 minutes, and 1 minute can be further divided into 60 seconds. A second of latitude covers only about 30.7 meter. Unlike longitude lines, which get closer to each other at poles, latitude lines are parallels. No matter where you are on the Earth, latitude lines are same distance apart. Latitudinal measurement unit. The value of each latitude. The value of each latitude is therefore followed by either the word north or south. Generally, this is indicated by letter N or S. For example, both Indore in Madhya Pradesh and Rio de Janeiro in Brazil is located on parallels of about 25.5 degree latitude, but the former is 25.5 degree north of equator, and latter is 25.5 degree south of it. We therefore say that Indore is situated 22.5 degree north latitude and Rio de Janeiro 22.5 degree south latitude. As we move away from the equator, the size of parallel of latitude decreases.